also being joined by Major Ali Shah, and there are these developments that are unnerving. People are angry within the country and outside of the country. This has been despicable act that has been repeated in Australia, in Canada, in London and in San Francisco. And we have thus far only been lodging protests, and the country and their governments, respective governments, have condemned the act, but arrests have not been made. In fact, the audacity of these anti-India elements, Khalistani terrorists, has been that they have dared the host country and their government to do something about what the ruckus that they have been creating. What should be India's stance? Should we shut down our embassies? Should we then do a quid pro quo to the embassies of these countries that are residing in Delhi? What should be our plan? Because we can't just be lodging protests and then sitting glum, hoping that these host countries are going to take action, because they are not taking action.
Megha, that's a very good question, a very complex question at the same time. Now, it's very, very tricky. It's a very precarious situation. Now, should we shut down our embassies? Well, would that be a solution? Would that actually lead to something? Would that actually make them take action? That, again, would not make them take action, I feel. So now, shutting the embassies would not be the solution, I feel. Now, secondly, because these countries have not taken any action, no arrests have been made, they've only condemned it, they've only spoken about it, nothing on ground, concrete has been done. Which means a lot of pressure, further pressure, not only from India, but all of India's friends, India's friendly countries also should appeal to them. It's not just lodging a complaint, we should really mount a lot of pressure on them, because only then they might have some effect over there. Now, the very fact is, it's highly condemnable, reprehensible. Whatever has happened in these countries like Australia, UK, San Francisco, in Canada, it's really, I mean, in like what, less than what, 30 hours, 40 hours, we have so many instances. Why? Just because of one gentleman, one clown, Amritpal Singh. Now, who is Amritpal Singh? A 20-year-old guy who came last year from the UAE. He was a truck driver earlier. Now, within no time, he becomes a multi-billionaire. He goes around in the most best of luxury cars. He's reported by Dawn newspaper in Pakistan that a prominent Sikh leader. From when did he become prominent? You may not have even heard his name.
Exactly, but the point being that there has been so much clout behind Amritpal Singh, this terrorist, that there has been a concerted effort, not just within Punjab, but this has simultaneously taken place in Australia, Canada, UK and United States of America. So for being able to orchestrate these series of attacks simultaneously goes on to show that there is funding that is coming in, there is financial assistance that is coming in from countries, from governments that are anti-India, and then there are these brainwashed elements that are then being told to attack India, malign India on foreign soils.
Absolutely, Megha. The very fact, see, one point of observation over here is these people, these Khalistan supporters haven't dared to do anything on Indian soil. Whatever they are doing it on foreign soils, and it is responsibility of those countries to protect our embassies over there. Just the way it is our duty, part of our duty to, not just a moral duty, part of our actual duty to protect the embassies based in India. The US embassy, the
exactly. I mean, it was shocking. I don't know if you saw the video, but I was appalled. I was disgusted. I was unhappy and furious and instigated, because when that flag came down, there are these Khalistani elements that are standing right outside the Indian High Commission in London, and there is the Scotland Yard that is standing right besides them, and there have been sloganeering that is happening. And then finally, one of these Khalistani elements, one of these ruckus-making elements climbs up into the first floor and to the balcony of the Indian High Commission, dares to take down the Indian flag, then is reprimanded by an Indian official who came out in the balcony, who gets the Indian flag back. And look at the guts of this individual. He has then decided to put the Khalistani flag on the balcony in place of the Indian flag. Not just that, this Indian official who was looking to reprimand this individual, this Khalistani element, has then been beaten up. He has been attacked. He has been grievously injured. And what has the Scotland Yard done? What has the London Mayor Sadiq Khan done? Well, they just put out statements but done nothing much. So do you think the government in London, the local body, is also complicit in this act? Because this is not the first time it has happened. These are 3 attacks on the Indian Embassy and the Indian High Commission in the last 3 years. And there have been attacks, kidnappings, killings of Indian diplomats that have gone back from the 1970s, 1980s. So why is it that we continue to forgive the government again and again and again?
100% Megha, I totally think that the government over there also is very much responsible for it, because ultimately it's their responsibility and they have let us down. Let's accept the fact. They have let us down over there, and it is really it's not a good thing at all. Now the very fact is, we still are intelligent, we are still tactful, we are still diplomatic, we are still wise. Not to actually, we know for a fact that they have let us down, but we play it still wisely. Because we know that by burning the bridges outright, point blank, outright, it will not lead anywhere. It may not be leading anywhere right now also. But then there are other channels of communication open. That is the reason why I feel like, at least, that, we should not shut down our embassy. We should not shut down everything with them. No, we should just, right now, we should not josh se nahi kaam lena hai, hosh se kaam lena hai. So if we think wisely, who would be the loser? Who would be in the end? I mean, both of us, not just us, not just them, both of us. So we have to see, just because Amritpal Singh, for all you know, he could have, I don't know, just a speculation I'm making, he could have been arrested in a secret place. We don't know. We don't know what's happening with him. He's totally disappeared. The fugitives, who is getting immense support. I'm surprised from where the support is coming from, Megha. There's no such support. There's no such rally happening in India. There's no such people attacking the Indian flag in India. There's no such thing happening in India. It is 100%, Megha, if you put all angles point towards ISI. Though, of course, it hasn't been ruled out as a proof as yet. But it's a speculation, but I feel it's a very, very strong speculation.
Okay.
That ISI has, and first they say they got some, how much? Some 35, 37 crore rupees was sent to Amritpal Singh. I feel much more money was sent to him. Much more money.
Oh, absolutely. This is a conspiracy that is hatched against India.